This lesson, we're going to be creating a simple promise and creating it so it supports the then chaining. So what happens is when it runs, we're going to send in some data into the promise. So we've got the data received is going to be the resolve. So we've got the initial data is received. We're returning back the data processing. So the processing of the data then gets written next. We don't have any errors there, so it's coming back as undefined for the error. And then finally, we've got the promise has been completed. And that's coming up in this lesson. We're going to create a simple promise in this lesson. So creating an implementation of a promise that supports the then chaining. So first of all, let's create a class. And this class is going to be called the MyPromise. And within the class, let's set up the values here. And we need to use the constructor and also the executor. And using this, so we're going to grab the queue as an array and handle any errors. So we've got error handler. Let's use the arrow format for the function in order to return back the content there from within there. And then we can handle the finally handler. And for this one as well, we return back the empty object. And for the executor, so on the resolve, we want to bind this and take this on reject and bind this. And I'll explain what the function does afterwards. So let's create the functions that we can handle. So there's the on resolve. So we take in the data from the on resolve. And here we can use this queue and iterate through each one of the items within the queue. And then we can just return back a callback. And within the callback, so it's going to be just data and output the callback value as data. And let's create the on reject. And actually that should be reject, not reject. So let me update that and reject. And we take the error. And then this is how we can handle the error. So this error handler takes in the error value. And then this finally handler, and we run this finally handler. So it's chained back together, the callback. So chaining back this callback and taking this queue value and pushing it into the array. So whatever we have for the value within the callback. And then here we're going to be returning back the value of this. Oh, and I still need to close this one off here. So we need to also then return back. So run the function this finally, and then close off the on resolve. And then on reject. So we've got the handling of that. Then we're doing a callback for then. Let's use another function. So we need to do the catch and do the callback for catch and add the, and let's remove out that other bracket. And then finally, we take the callback for finally and this finally handler. And we're going to equal that to callback. Then we're going to put it all together. And then here we're just returning back the value of this. So this is going to be the promise class, and I'll go over this as well. So what we've got here, so this mimics the behavior of native JavaScript promises. So this class mimics the what it does is it stores then, catch, finally, callbacks and respective queues or variables. And the executable functions immediately are executed depending on its outcome, either resolve, on resolve, or on reject, whatever it's called. So that's what we're doing here. And that's where we had to set up all of these functions that are contained within the promise class. So now let's go on to have the promise itself. And just going back to here, so what happens with the then method? Chains callbacks, allowing for sequential data processing. So what this does is this allows us for then, and allows us to chain additional callbacks. And then the finally method returns after all the promise settle, regardless of the outcome. So that's the one that we've got down here. And then the catch is if we've got any errors or issues. So let's go back, and now we can create a variable. We can call that promise and create it as a new MyPromise. So using the class, and then here we can resolve or reject. What I want to do is add a timeout. So we're set the timeout for this action. I'm going to resolve, and we can output the data received as the response back. And then we'll do it after 1000 milliseconds. Now let's set up the promise. So we've got that set, and now we can pass some data into it and use the promise. So we can chain then. We can take some data, and within the console, we'll just output whatever we've got for data. So it should say that the data is received, and then we want to return back processing data whenever we're doing the then. So we've got the data received, and now let's chain together some additional values. So then, and we take the data within the chain of the newly created promise, and we can console log the data once again. And so what this should output whatever was returned after the timeout and after the resolution. If we have any errors, we can catch the error. So the catch will grab any errors or issues, and then we can outload them into the console as an error, and we can customize whatever this error is. So the error value, so whatever we want to do with it. And then lastly, let's chain together the finally. And so this is what is going to run when it's complete. And once the promise completes, we can console log the promise completed. So that should be the output that we got. So we didn't get any errors there. That just came back as undefined. And then we just did the promise completed. So the finally method actually returns after the promise settles, regardless of the outcome. And the then methods chains callbacks following for sequential data processing. So that's how you can implement a simple promise that also supports the then chaining that we can do.